Imagine this: a quiet neighbor, a student in your class, maybe even someone in your own family. Last year, they were just normal. But today, they seem distant, angry, spending more and more time online. And tomorrow? Tomorrow, they could be ready to act. That is the danger of radicalization. It doesn't take years anymore. Sometimes it happens in just a few months. And if we don't recognize the signs early, we lose the chance to stop it before it turns dangerous. Radicalization means adopting beliefs that are so extreme, so rigid, that every other perspective is rejected. At first, it may sound like strong opinions. But the deeper it goes, the more black and white the world becomes. Us versus them, pure versus impure, right versus wrong. And in the worst cases, words are no longer enough. Those extreme beliefs can spill over into violence, an attack, a bombing, a life destroyed. That's why recognizing radicalization early matters so much. When it's someone close, family, friends, colleagues, you'll notice subtle but steady changes. They pull back from people they used to spend time with. They abandon hobbies and interests. They spend hours online, circling the same voices and accounts again and again. Their language hardens. Everything becomes absolute good versus evil, us against the system. Trust in family, school, or community disappears, and secrecy grows. Locked doors, hidden screens, conversations cut short. When it's someone further away, a neighbor, a classmate, or even a stranger, you won't see the private signs. But there are still patterns you can notice. A sudden shift in clothing or symbols, slogans, flags, or signs of allegiance. The same flyers, stickers, or graffiti showing up again and again. Aggressive speeches, heated rants, or online posts that glorify violence or hatred. Keeping apart in groups, always angry, always closed off. Sticking only to a tiny circle with no wider social network, or simply standing out as a loner. Isolated, disconnected, without real ties to community. On their own, any of these details could mean nothing. But when they repeat, when they build together, they start to tell a story. And here's the truth: we all share responsibility. Radicalization doesn't unfold in the spotlight. It happens in classrooms, in neighborhoods, on quiet streets, behind closed doors. That's why teachers, parents, friends, neighbors, even strangers can make a difference. If we look away, we miss the chance to act early. If we pay attention, we can step in before it's too late. So what can you actually do if you notice these signs? If it's someone close, stay connected. Don't shut them out, even if what they say shocks you. Ask questions instead of accusing. Why do you feel that way? Keeps the door open. Share your concerns gently. I'm worried about you. You've changed. Even a small comment like that can plant a seed. If it's someone further away, you may not be able to talk to them directly, but you can still act. Share what you've noticed with teachers, community leaders, or local services. And if you hear threats of violence, see signs of weapons, or notice open praise for terrorists, that's no longer just concerning. That's dangerous. That's the moment to alert the authorities. You don't have to solve it alone. Sometimes the most important step is simply raising the alarm so others can step in. Stopping radicalization is about balance. Push too hard and people retreat deeper into secrecy. Do too little and the danger grows. That's why it takes cooperation. Families, schools, communities, and police working together, firm when needed, but always human. Radicalization is real, it's fast, and it's dangerous. But whether it's someone close to you or someone you barely know, if we stay alert, if we share what we see, if we act together, we can stop people from walking too far down this dark path. Because in the end, what they really need isn't ideology. It's connection. It's hope. It's a future worth believing in. This was Captain Help. Hope you enjoyed our video. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.